Hi, fit like and so you doing? It's Rob living in the Philippines again. Now, I originally made the following videos as one video, but when I started to edit it all, it came to like, well, over 40 minutes, which is way too long even for me. So what I'm going to do is cut it into little segments, roughly 10 minutes each, and I'll put a little indicator on screen of which segment you're watching. So it's the videos themselves are discussing how it came about that there is this seriously peculiar situation in the United States particularly, but it has been exported, of male homosexuality, which is so-called egalitarian. Now, what that basically means is, and I remember this is a quote, I can't remember who said it, but that the ideal would be a 35-year-old dentist with a 35-year-old lawyer. And so what the first thing you notice is that this is a deeply, entrenchedly middle-class phenomenon, right? These are high-income males, right? At the peak of their earning power, they're 35, and they're not just going out and banging bottoms for fun. So what it's suggesting is that this is where you get this kind of true masculine love, of homophilia, and of course we do have a little bit of sex on the side, you know, but we don't like to talk about that, you know, because it you know, that stuff. I think it's crazy because, you know, I definitely don't have an issue with anal sex. I mean, as long as she's clean, I don't give a monkey's. You know, simple as that. But apparently, for USicans, it's a bit of a problem. So they have all this kind of stuff that they do that is really there to disguise what it is they actually do. You know, like what the central point of male homosexuality is, you know, which is, now yeah, I do know that a lot of homosexual males only do oral sex. They don't do penetrative sex. And in fact, some only do like mutual masturbation, things like that. So, you know, we're already talking about a a relatively small number or percentage of the overall gay lifestyle are actually homosexuals, you know. Most of them are playing at it. Or they're not really homosexual at all. They might be pederasts, that's the ones who like to penetrate other males, specifically younger males. And we'll discuss that. So there will now follow, I think I'll cut it into 4 different segments of this, and it will be the usual, you know, kind of rambling chautauqua that I do, but I hope we cover most of the points. I would just like to say before I go any further, I'm not in the slightest bit homophobic. I mean, I don't care who you do it with. I really don't mind. I'm not in a position to judge you anyway, and I wouldn't. You know, my girlfriend is actually male. You know, I mean, she looks like a girl, she in bed is a girl, but the fact is that she is actually male, and we have to accept that. I'm not going to criticize anyone, I'm not criticizing these people. I think to an extent I'm pointing out that they have been misled, and that many of them would actually be far, far, far better off just, you know, let's just do it, take the hormones, be the girl, get a man, you know, instead of all this fannying about, pretending to be masculine, which is a failure. It's a disaster. You know, anybody who knows these people knows perfectly well they are not masculine. And pretending to be masculine, well, you know, girls, I don't mean to mock you, but sometimes it's just silly. You know, it just is. You'd be better just to be yourself. And if being yourself is being ultra feminine, you know, getting a dress on, making yourself, hi, I'm going to compete with the girls for men, do it! And don't leave it too long. Don't leave it till you're so masculine that you'll never pass. Do it when you're young. That's what they do in Southeast Asia, in Southern Europe, in Latin America. It's more than just South America, it's the whole place. That's what they do. They start young because they still look feminine. And of course they have the huge advantage these days of hormone pills, which are usually contraceptive pills. And yes, I know, you don't need to tell me, this is not ideal. You know, contraceptive pills do have risks associated, particularly the ones that use synthetic hormones like estradiol. But at the end of the day, if your object is to get that big hairy man, that's the only way you're going to do it. Because within the so-called gay lifestyle, everybody's a girl or a pederast, and they're a bit strange, you know. So you're going to get either another girl like you or a guy, something that looks kind of like a guy, but who is really going to abuse you. Because he's only interested in your youth. As soon as you get a bit older, you're out the door. He doesn't care. He's going to move on to a younger victim. And I can produce as many quotes as you people would like to show that this is true. Don't try and kid us that it's not true. So there you are. The following videos are on this subject. They will be cut up into segments. We'll see how it goes. You either like this format or you don't. Please let me know in the comments if you do or if you don't. Take care of yourselves. And remember, you know, what you do with anyone else, as long as you're not harming someone or taking, you know, really taking outrageous advantage of them, it's cool, it's fine, it's all right. You know, there's no... The UScans in particular are the most unbelievably judgmental people on the planet. And it's really quite... It's distasteful. You know, it's actually rather disgusting the way they carry on. I mean, you know, most of them will say, oh, well. You know, they're either rabid wokists or they're Christian fundamentalists. And a Christian fundamentalist will say, oh, we're told in the Bible to judge people, and actually you're not. Judgment is left to God. It also says that in the Bible. Take the latter one. You know, leave it to the big guy. It's not your business what other people do. Absolutely not. Anyway, enjoy. Here they come. The first one follows immediately on this. Bye-bye.